Hey, this is Mr. Bell, Mr. Bell's Math. How are y'all doing? I just wanted to talk to the parents and the students, as a matter of fact, and let everybody know what's going on in my class this year and kind of what to expect. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about was my email address, which is on the screen here. And this is my preferred way that you guys get in touch with me. It's bbell2@ecsd.me. So any future correspondence, please forward it to that particular email address. Now, my computer isn't working the way I wanted it to. I don't know why, but so I just got to kind of drag my screen over a little bit, so please bear with me. But what I want to talk to you first about is the reasons why you, as a parent and your child, will love my class this year. Okay, the first thing is it's it's increased teacher-student interaction. And the reason it's like that is because I'm recording my lectures. I record my lectures and I have the students do that as homework. So the increased student-teacher interaction comes during the class because I'm not lecturing anymore. I'm not in front of the class. I'm actually kind of working with the kids individually throughout the class period. So they get more interaction time with me than they would normally do in a classroom situation. Another thing that they may like is decreased anxiety over homework, because the typical homework they would have done, or may even do in some other classes, they might get frustrated. They learn about it early in the day, they go home at night and to do the homework, and then they might forget about whatever it is that they're working on. And then they come to the parent, and the parent says, well, I don't really know how to do that myself. So everyone kind of gets some anxiety about it. So with this method, the video is there, and all they have to do is watch the video, take some notes, and answer a couple of questions. It's pretty simple, and the parent can watch with them. So you can watch the video with your child and say, oh yeah, I do remember how to do that, and help on a couple of questions. And then that way the parent feels good about the math that the child is learning, and the child feels good about it as well. Another thing, that the child will be able to pause me, which is impossible to do in the classroom. So and then pause me as long as they need to. That's the key. So if they're writing a note and they need me to stop, I can't do that in class. I have to keep going because I got to cover everything. But in a video, they can just pause the video and write their note or whatever it is they're trying to do, and they're in great shape. And then they can pick up the video and start playing again right where they left off. So it's impossible to do that in a regular classroom. And then the last thing is that it's going to lead to deeper learning. With all this extra time in the classroom, it's going to allow us to delve deeper into some subjects. And the way my curriculum is laid out this year, that's exactly what I have planned. So, it's going to be more than just worksheets. We're going to do some projects. We're going to do some in-depth stuff. So I'm really looking forward to this school year. But a lot of the questions that I've been getting from parents and from students is how to actually log into the websites that we're going to use. Our primary website is the Google Classroom, and that's the website that your child's assignments are going to be located on. So I have kind of written out here for you steps to log into the Google Classroom. Okay, the first thing you want to do is go to escambiaschools.org. And this is just a screenshot I took of the actual address bar so you can see what it looks like. And then you want to click on the green Students tab, and that's kind of up in the upper left-hand corner. It looks just like this picture right here. And then you want to find Google Drive hyperlink in the list. There's a whole list that comes down, and there's Google Drive. You just click on that. Okay, find that and click it. Then the next thing you want to do is it's going to give you this little screen right here, or it should if you don't already have a Gmail. If you already have a Gmail account, you need to make sure that you're logged out of it. Or what you need to do is just click down here. If it shows your particular Gmail account or your child's Gmail account that's personal, then you're going to click down here to create a new account or manage your accounts, it may say. Okay, but then you enter your email, your child's email address there, which is their student number, okay, their student number at ecsd.me. And this is an example. Now, this is not an actual student number, and this is not the number that you enter. Your child enters their student number, which is also, they may know it as their lunch number, okay? So they enter that, and it should be 6 characters, at ecsd.me. And then they click next, okay? Okay, so after you enter your email, it's going to take you to the single server sign-on screen, which is the county screen. And that's where you have to type in your email, not your email address, but your student ID, okay, your lunch number, and then your password. Now my password is just super, super long, so don't try to figure out what, why my password is long. You're using your information. Okay, so your 6-digit student ID and then your whatever password you came up with. Now, just a little note about the passwords. You need to make sure that if your password hasn't been reset yet, then we need to reset it, and that may be some of the issues that we're having. Because if I've given you your child, if I've given your child a temporary password, it only lasted for 24 hours. So if they can't get in now, that's because their password has expired. So they need to let me know for sure, and that they can't get in because of the password, and then I can reset it, and then I'll show them how to get in and reset their password. It's through the settings on Google. So it's an easy task, but it just requires a few steps. So anyway, once they type in their student ID and their password, they click sign in, and then you're ready to go. Then at that point, it will take them to the Google Drive. All right, but we still need to get to the classroom. So on the upper right hand corner of the screen, and this is just kind of a small shot of my computer screen, you want to click this little waffle looking thing, or 9-block square, whatever you want to call it. It's in the upper right hand corner right there. Okay, I got a little blue arrow pointing to it. You want to click on that in the upper right hand corner of the screen. What that's going to do is it's going to allow you, it's going to open up this thing here, all right, which is just a drop-down menu, and you can see that you have your Google search, you have your Drive right here, and you have your Gmail, all these things that your child's going to be using. But you want to come down here to More, and you're going to click on that More button. And what that's going to do is it's going to scroll the screen down some more, and at the very bottom of the screen is a Google Classroom icon. You're going to click on that Google Classroom icon to get to the Google Classroom. Okay, and that's it, and then you're in. And the child, most of the students so far this year have already signed into the class. If they need a class code, I can get that for them, no problem. Or you can email me, and then I can just send an invite to the child as well. Once again, email me at that first slide that I showed you. If you're on a mobile device, however, what I need you to do is make sure that you're, once again, logged out of any Gmail accounts, any personal Gmail accounts that you have. And then you're going to want to download a couple applications, okay? And I'm going to show you what the applications are. Now, you can do this from your browser, but it just works better for everybody if you go ahead and just download the apps, okay? You still need to go into the Google browser, if you have Google Chrome, that's really the browser that I would prefer you use, and it's free. All the stuff is free. I wouldn't ask you to do something that wasn't free. And download the Google Chrome. All right, and make that your primary browser. Also download the Google Drive. That just kind of helps. That's where your child's going to store all their assignments. And then the Google Classroom, and that's where they can find assignments that I give, and they can also do the assignments right there in the Google Classroom. They can watch the videos in there. They can answer the questions inside the Google Classroom. So all that works. But in order to log into these things, you need to be out of your personal Gmail accounts, and that way this thing will pop up. But that's it. I'm looking forward to a great year. We've already started. We got headstrong into it. We're about halfway through the first unit right now. We did a lot of kind of talking the first couple weeks. I know your children probably are tired of it. Just kind of talking about what's happening in the class, some of the things to expect, some of the ways we do things. A lot of you guys have sent in dry erase markers, because for those of you that are watching this that haven't seen my room yet, I have dry erase tables that I built over the summer that the children actually they get to write on to do all their math work. We are probably going to get Chromebooks in January. That's what I'm hoping for. At that point, I want to be as completely paperless as possible. I'm trying to get there now as it is. Your children do have their paper assignments for this first module, but after this first module, I'm not going to put it on paper anymore unless absolutely necessary. So, that's the class. I'm looking forward to it. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at that beginning email. So just rewind the video back to the beginning, and the email's there, and you can just use that email. That's the best one. I can reply directly there. If you go through the school's website, it's a little trickier for me to reply. So if you can just do the ecsd.me account, that'd be great. Also, just a last note, make sure you're checking my class webpage. It's on the Ferry Pass Middle School website, which is ferrypassmiddle.org. I don't have it written down, but that's it. And then just go to faculty and click on my name, and that will get you to my class page, and you can see all the assignments and all the homework assignments there. But still, the best place and the one that I would use most and trust the most is the Google Classroom. If you have any questions, let me know.